ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, let me greet you on behalf of the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO, or simply IUC of UNESCO, at the start of the 13th International Forum for Non-Governmental Organizations, those organizations that are working with UNESCO. So this forum will be very much focused on the 2 decades that are starting now. The first is really starting, the decade of indigenous languages, and the second is in full swing, the United Nations Ocean Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development. And I'm going to speak more about that decade. So we don't see the decade of the ocean science without the role of NGOs. You are the bedrock of what we are trying to achieve, because also of your professionalism, because of your engagement, and also the role of the civil society in this process. We really need to speak not only about science policy interface, but about science policy society interface. So the co-design is the fundamental idea of the decade, and we are moving forward with the decade towards transforming the science. And the vision of the decade is the science we need for the ocean we want. So indeed, NGOs are already leading many decade actions. The NGOs are now, I think, most of the decade actions, and NGOs also bring to us the spirit and also the professionalism for the decade. So the notion of co-design that I already mentioned is really fundamental. And it is very important that governments, the ocean communities, society move forward and start creating conditions for managing the ocean on the basis of science, on the basis of knowledge. This is not yet happening because our previous science was mostly focused on the issues that are of interest for publication, for discovery, which is very important, but is not sufficient in the current world in which the ocean is suffering from multiple stresses. So in that sense, I think NGOs indeed drive the thinking of the ocean decade. And because of that, I wish you success. I wish you also to really contribute to the understanding, much better understanding of how we can work together with indigenous local knowledge. You know, this is not just words, but I have to say that I have worked in the Russian North. I have worked in many environments in which we found consensus and found mutually enriching possibilities for moving forward on highly technical issues, but also with highly ethical approach. Because of that, we are really thinking how we can really merge, not just acquire, not just to kind of have a blessing from the indigenous or local knowledge as sources, but really to move forward in the harmonious way in which people will be and the ocean will be benefiting from the highest level of science, highest level of technology, and yet also in a very ethical way and harmonious way on the basis of indigenous local knowledge. We always have a lot to learn from the people who can live in harmony with Mother Nature. And the creation of harmonious relations between people and the ocean is one of the challenges in the decade. And this challenge is also related to one of the outcomes of having people engaged and inspired by the ocean. So with that, I would like to really wish you great success for the 13th forum, and have to say that I hope very much that this forum will be also moving forward, not only the ocean issue, but also issues related to the ethics in the environment, harmonious relations between countries, and ocean is actually providing fantastic platform for making the world better, making the world more sustainable, and of course also contributing to peace. With that, my great respect to the NGOs participating in this forum, and my greatest wishes for very successful event. All the best, ladies and gentlemen.